Now we will see the basic organization of computer in this particular video. As you can see on the screen, we have a block diagram of a computer. Here we have different units. One is called input unit, storage unit, and CPU. And finally we have output unit for displaying the information. Now let's see each of the unit in detail. When it comes to input unit, this unit is responsible for receiving data from the external sources like keyboards and mouse and other input devices. So basically the data is taken through the help of input devices, and once the data is ready, the data will be transferred to the primary storage for processing. Now let's see the storage units. The storage unit, we have two different storage units are available. One is primary storage, that is called main memory. So main memory is the heart of the computer, because CPU accesses the instructions from the main memory itself. So this is where the data and instructions that are actively being used and stored temporarily. So this is also known as temporary memory. The meaning that once the computer memory or computer is turned off, the instructions which are stored in the main memory will be lost. That is called temporary memory, or some may say volatile memory. It includes RAM. So main memory example is RAM. So RAM stands for random access memory, which is also known as volatile memory. It holds data and instructions for the CPU to process. So basically CPU accesses the instructions from the main memory itself. And when it comes to the secondary storage, this is used for long-term storage of data, that is called permanent storage, such as hard drives, solid-state drives, and other forms of non-volatile memory. Non-volatile memory in the sense, even when the computer is turned off, the data which is residing in the secondary storage will stay forever. And when it comes to data flow, data can be transferred between primary storage and secondary storage as and when needed, because when you want to store the particular task permanently, we can use secondary storage devices for permanent storage. Now let's see the brain of the computer called CPU. CPU stands for Central Processing Unit. It contains two main parts. One is control unit and another one is arithmetic and logical unit. And let's see how these are interconnected in the next slide. Control unit manages and coordinates the activities from all the units, because control unit name itself saying that it controls all the units within the computer. It interprets instructions from the main memory and generates control signals to execute them. So control unit will take the decision which unit will take that instruction and execute accordingly. This unit will take that decision and final call. And when it comes to control flow, the control unit sends the control signals to direct the flow of data between the input unit, storage unit, ALU, and output unit. For example, if the instruction should goes for ALU, the control unit will take that instruction from the CPU and redirects to the ALU for the calculation part. So that is the functionality of control unit. It controls all the instructions. And when it comes to ALU, so the name suggests arithmetic and logical unit. This unit performs the calculations. The ALU performs all arithmetic and logical operations such as addition, subtraction, and comparison, and other logical operations as well. The data is fetched from the primary storage and processed by the ALU based on the instructions from the control unit. The results are then stored back to the primary storage or sent to the output unit to display the information. The output unit is responsible for displaying your information. Now let's see the output unit. The output unit is responsible for sending processed data to the output devices like monitors and printers. The information is sent from the primary storage or directly from the ALU for external display or further usage. And there is a concept of program counter in the CPU that is very much important to be discussed. This is a special purpose register within the CPU. It holds the next memory address to be fetched and executed by the CPU. Program counter ensures that the CPU executes instructions in the correct order or correct sequence. After each instruction is fetched, the program counter is automatically incremented to the next instruction. To put it simply, imagine you are reading a book. After finishing each page, there is a thread or a marker in the book. You can put it in between the pages, and when you come back again, you can still read it from that part, that particular thread part. So that is called bookmarking system. So program counter is a bookmark for the CPU to hold the instructions so that it will perform the instruction from the next instruction. So that is called program counter. So that's it for the block diagram of a computer. Thank you so much.